Happy Poetry Day for Ireland. Here with Neuro Pride, and I have Jake here to talk to us today.
Hello.
So, Jake, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jake or Jacob. I sometimes on stage go by Jacob Wordsmith. That's something to Google sometimes. What I do is I write poetry. So a day like today is absolutely perfect for me. I also do storytelling, write scripts on the sides, do projects and stuff like that. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Cool. And what type of things do you write about in your poems?
Uh, I like anything and anything kind of relating to the human condition, like anything from love to being singled out to being in a group to not fitting into the world around you, things like this. Whatever sort of comes up, a story that I see or a story that I live, I put it on a paper, and people just seem to like that.
I don't know. How long have you been doing that?
Since I was six. So many decades. But like, yeah, when I was 6 years old, like I picked up a pen and I just never put it down. Like I haven't stopped properly writing since then. So it has been a consistent stream. So yeah, a couple of decades and change.
No. I know you're saying you write about like the human condition, and sometimes that's being signaled out and whatever.
Mm.
But does your neurodiversity affect your writing at all?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because first of all, I would have felt that a glimmer or special interest or hyperfixation, whatever you'd like to call it, would have been writing. And to do that, so my documents kind of amount up to about 4,000
Wow.
these days. That's stories, poems, scripts, projects, notes on things. Not only that, but um, social cues, social interactions, things like that. While other people take these things for granted, it's more of a manual thing for me. It's not like breathing. It's more like doing labor or stuff like that. And because of this, um, I have to watch human interactions like consciously
Mm.
so that I know what's going on. And because I do this, you kind of get a unique view on different stories. Like sometimes you might hear a lovely conversation and it's, you know, a guy and a girl just talking about marriage, but you might see her hand just do this nonstop, and you're like, is she really sure she wants to do this? And there's a story in there. And because I have to consciously look at interactions, I can see different things that other people might not. Yeah, that really is that, and just not fitting in. I'm kind of a pro at that now at this stage. So like, it's good to write for other people who don't feel like they fit in, because then there's a sort of kindred spirit in a loneliness kind of way, you know. This person also doesn't fit in. We may not be the same, but at least he gets the sort of isolation with your brilliance or inequity, something like that.
Yeah. We're extremely talented bunch of people over in Neuro Pride Ireland between
Oh
all of
yeah.
our members.
Mm,
We were very grateful for our poetry trail last year,
yeah.
which I will be like posting everywhere again this year. And
Cool.
it it was a nice way for us to platform neurodivergent poets. And then we obviously it's so important to us for platforming neurodivergent voices in general. But how do you think people could help support neurodivergent artists?
Um, I suppose do it the same way you support your local artists, buy the work, share the work. If also, well, I don't think this is mentioned a lot. If you like their work, let them know, because money is great. Buying stuff or even just reading the stuff and enjoy it, that's fantastic. But every so often, it's awesome to hear you wrote this. That's cool, you know? Um, Also as well, with neurodiversity plus artistry, you kind of have an extra set of rules. So these are things to appreciate. You know, sometimes people don't like I cannot stand being on stage. I'll do it and I love doing it. I can't stand it, which means that when I get off stage, I need 15 minutes for my hands to stop doing this. So like with that, you have an extra set of rules, which I'm sure they will communicate to you at some stage. But yeah, just appreciate their artistry, appreciate the neurodiversity, and appreciate that they're just people too.
Cool. Awesome. Do you have any, if you could give one tip to those budding poets out there, what would you say?
Start. It's the only right. Every single time anyone has ever asked me for advice, the first thing they don't do is start. It's the hardest part. Everything else just sort of, people are like, oh, I don't know, my first draft is not going to be great. It's not. I promise you it's not. There's nobody who does this right first time. Your second draft is going to be a little bit better. But going from 0% to 1% is a lot more than 1% to 2%. Pick it up now, pick it up like as soon as, cut some time out of your day, because your artistry deserves time. And if you're going to procrastinate or change it around, either it doesn't deserve the time or you're not giving it the time it deserves. I have never met an artist who started or not started who didn't deserve the time they put into the work. All work deserves time. You just have to start.
Yeah, fair and really good piece of advice. Because like, as you know, I like writing as well. And that was one of the things I picked up at an early age of like, you can't edit a blank page. That's what my granddad used to always say to me, because he was a writer. You can't edit a blank page. It doesn't matter what's on that page. It's going to be better than a blank one.
Definitely.
And I know over in Neuro Pride, we're always happy to read each other's poems, and we're always happy to platform voices. So if you have something there that you want to share, feel free to pop it into the group, pop it into Discord, whatever. We're there to platform voices and share opinions and all that jazz. It's a community first and foremost, and we are an extremely talented community and an extremely supportive community. I'm extremely grateful for all the contributions everybody gives to Neuro Pride
so
every year.
Like, it's insane.
But on that note of contributions, do you have anything you want to end with?
I do have a piece on the poetry trail, and I thought I'd read that out.
Yeah, perfect.
It's called Mask. There's a secret I'm too scared to tell. Maybe my heart beats for boys as well. Or maybe I hate how the mirror fails to show a female. Maybe I'm autistic and you missed it, but that's my fault. You see, there's a mask tasked to halt questions of any class. And this mask helps me breeze past any mass and never be asked, who's the real person here? A mask crafted with gold and fear, because the news has made it abundantly clear the threats that I'd get if I loved Ruth and a Roy, if I didn't like that I was a boy, or if flapping my hands gave me joy, the different eyes that I'd earn if you saw the light burn to the tune of Jim Carrey going smoking. And even without the violence, I'm a freak. I'm a token. So instead of being laid to waste, I took my face and I lost it. And now I lie with the other monsters in the closet. But there's no fear factor when you're faced with an actor. You see, there's less pity and rage when the world is a stage, with the script perfectly lipped, without a word tripped or a line clipped. And you connected with the mask met at the door. Without it, would you want to be my friend anymore? Like, maybe I'm weird, or wrong or a bore, and like those who've seen beneath a door. But then there's people that think that I need to be cured because these are silly teenage dreams, or it's a phase going on longer than it seems, or it's the vaccines. But why can't it just be me? What you don't see is my mask of gold has me blue, because it is exhausting pretending to be you. I collapse in bed because I am through, scared to start this all anew. And I want to show you who I am. Really, I do. I'm waiting for the day when my nature isn't chit chatter, the day where I'm not at the risk of being battered or your image of me doesn't shatter. I will tell you this secret on the day that it doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And thank
thanks
you
for
all.
listening.
Yeah, thanks all everyone for listening. Happy Poetry Day, Ireland, and check out our socials for all the amazing poems that have been submitted to Neuro Pride over the last 2 years. Thank you.